Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. Hopefully, you guys that were watching saw that glitch too, and it's not just me, but it's been happening ever since I got the new microphone. But anyway, on to the reaction from last night's Raw, which I can't remember the last time I was actually on a Tuesday to talk about last night's Raw. So that's some kind of progress, I imagine. But let's get to it. Xavier Woods and Ricochet, the first round, which is the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. And it was a hell of a match. I mean, we all know Ricochet can do, and Woods keeps getting to show what he could do. And a lot of the time when he was, the New Day was tag team champs, it was always Kofi and Big E doing their thing. And he was just, the third guy on the outside with Francesca and everything else. I really do like seeing him get to wrestle. And I mean, getting the victory over someone like Ricochet is a good thing. It puts him in a good spot to, singles wise, show that he could do something. Do I see him winning it all together? No, I don't see him winning it all, overall, but puts him in a good spot. I just, again, when it comes to Ricochet, I just don't understand what's going on with Ricochet. You think, cool. Every time they use him slightly, they go and kill it, and then on great matches and gets just stomped. And he's moving over to SmackDown. I keep saying I'm hoping that means something good, but yet then he has this match against Xavier and he loses, and every time you see him, he's loses. Hopefully, like they do something with it. No, once he goes over to Friday nights, I mean, we can only hope that he does, and they finally do something with him because I think he deserves something. But regardless, he put on a hell of a match. Him and Xavier really, really, I mean, they probably did better than most people thought they were going to or gave credit for. So I was okay with the match. I liked the match. Thought it was really, telling. I think a little bit more time could have been great, but he looked good. I just hope they use something with him because again, since he got called up to the main roster after, the high spots and like the War Games match in NXT and everything he did, they really haven't used him for anything. Like at all. I mean, he came up with Alistair. They put him as a tag team together. God knows why. Like, hey, what? You're going up in your tag team now, which I'm not. Again, they were great together. They worked really good together. No, I'll try to say they didn't work good together. But since then, I mean, it's really just been hit or miss here and there. And I really wish they'd just do more about it. I mean, the most time he's had since he got called up to me, I mean, he had his moment with Brock, and Brock still made him look good. Not going to take that away from him. There are crazy people that thought he was actually going to win that match. Yes, I'm sorry. That makes you crazy. If you thought that Ricochet had even a snowflake's chance in that match with Brock, I want to say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Like, his biggest thing, though, was with, Retribution. And all of his matches with Ali and all them, and he won, so he didn't have to be part of it. Excuse me. Thank God. Because he didn't need to be in there. I mean, you were all, I mean, I was wanting to see it go from day one. I know people liked it, like Drew out there in the world, if he actually ever listens. I hated it. I was glad to see it go, but that was really the biggest thing Ricochet's like done. So I just hope that even with this, that they're doing it for a build for when he goes over to Friday night, so they could, start building momentum or something afterwards, or I don't know. I just want to see them do something with the poor guy. That's all I want. He's that talented. Excuse me. And he deserves do. I mean, he can do really good matches. He can wrestle. He can fly. He's one of the most athletic guys. The guy's very charismatic. I just, hope they do something with him on Friday. And again, see what they do with Woods getting it. I don't see him winning just because, I don't. And for just being honest, just because I don't. It was a good match. It was a good way to start off the night. It could have been a lot worse. So that was good. Moved on to Cedric and Shelton against Mansoor and Ali. Again, glad to see Cedric and Shelton back together. They're hyper aggressive. They're really, really looking good. And again, it just gave them something to do. I mean, they could spew it out however they wanted to with Graves and all them on commentary, but I mean, they broke it up, and then right now they're, oh no, so they need to be back together because there's nothing else to do, nowhere else to stick them, and it was dumb to break them up in the first place. And they went out and they had a match with Mansoor Mustafa Ali, and they won, and they looked really good doing it. And again, hopefully they do something with Cedric and Shelton this time. That's all I hope for, and keep them together, because I've said it a lot. Everyone said it a lot. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but them breaking up the Hurt Business, how they did and the way they did it was useless. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. It was a giant waste of time. So hopefully they stick them all, together this time and they don't break it up and they do it good and right. I'm not holding my breath for them to do that, but hopefully we'll see where it goes. It's still fresh. We're only like week 2 of them being anywhere near each other again after all those fights. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's something good. And really, I mean, they could both wrestle. Like we both know that Shelton and Cedric can wrestle. It's just getting lost in the shuffle and just nothing to do. I don't get it, but maybe could have had him go heel and go down to NXT for the cruiserweight belt. But otherwise, I mean, putting them together made sense. There's nothing else for him to do. And against Mansoor Mustafa, who they're trying to build together as a team, and then we finally saw Mustafa shove Mansoor down, and be the end of it. Later on, you see Mansoor backstage getting interviewed, and here comes Ali. Says what he has to say, attacks him from behind, pummels him, says he didn't learn, all that. But instead of a match for Crown Jewel, which I'm pretty sure Mansoor is going over on that one. Very positive that's going to happen. All of us are pretty positive on that one, I think. But I think that will also, again, be a hell of a match because both of them can wrestle. And we all know what Mustafa can do. Again, he was on a run till he got hurt, and then Kofi Mania was born. If he didn't get hurt, who knows? But I think that'll be a hell of a match when they do it. And see what they do from there. As they're both going to be on SmackDown. Now, I thought it would be a good thing. If they break them up and do singles, hopefully they do something more quiet and useful. See, people open the door, mind goes off. Hopefully they just put them together and do something good. But I thought they could be good as a tag team together. If they finally get them, maybe this would be the one to get Mansoor to turn heel. I don't know, but I think it'll be really good. So wait and see how that works. Shocker. Shayna Baszler defeats Dana Brooke. Mind blowing. Didn't see that coming. Hell of a knee strike, though. Lots of, tomfoolery and stuff, but good to see Dana. I didn't feel it. I never felt it. I mean, there's just something about her. I don't know what it is, but Shayna got the win. No one's surprised by that. If you say you're surprised by that, are you really even watching wrestling? Are you a fan? Do you pay attention? And I think this will be a good catalyst to build her up. And I think she could really go somewhere with it, especially with all the people she's been attacking. So they could use this and ascend her to the top. And I think it could be glorious actually for her to get her, right there first night on the job on SmackDown. Yeah, I think they'll throw her into the title picture. And again, anything's better than what she did with Nia. Omos defeats Riddle after Riddle did a lot of stalling before the match. Shocker, Omos beat Riddle, then roundhouse kicks, and AJ got his in before Randy came in. He sends Omos to the behind the ring on the floor. Randy sneaks in out of nowhere. RKO slithers out of the ring. The whole normal thing. So he did get his, but pretty much that was just Riddle getting mauled that whole entire thing. We all knew that Randy was going to come out. No matter what he said backstage, he was going to come out. We all knew it. Man, so there wasn't a shock value for me when it came to that, but it takes a good whooping, I guess is the way to put that. And they still let Randy do his thing. AJ still did his thing. Omos got to show some things. Riddle got mauled. It was all around. I mean, but you knew it was coming. That was my only problem with it. Like you really like it till Randy's coming sooner or later. We all knew it. So I think they're going to have RK Bro hold on to the belts. But you never know. But I mean, I think RK Bro's too big right now for them to not hold on, but we'll see. They all got to do their thing. Almost got to be ginormous. AJ got to do AJ things. Randy got to slither in. Riddle was entertaining. I mean, regardless of his stall tactics, he was entertaining while he was out there. So you can't take that away from the guy. He's a funny guy. So I'm just waiting to see what they do next week before they head out to, for the Crown Jewel event. See how they play it all off. But I think they're going to hold on, but I'll get into more of that next week. Lashley actually, I mean, he came out and gave his big thing in the ring to Goldberg, saying that he's going to, and, make sure he's going to, to end Goldberg's career once and for all. I mean, after the way last year went in Saudi and everything else, I mean, we can only hope. Everyone be, oh, the way Goldberg's lost match with Bobby, oh, he got hurt. Like, obviously they played it off. If he was actually hurt, they wouldn't let him start, hurt himself, they wouldn't let him start swinging a chair there. So I think they really just put that together for shock value. And they put it perfectly just so they could beat the holy hell out of each other in Saudi Arabia. It gives a good chance. Hopefully, Goldberg can redeem himself. Bobby gets to do Bobby things. They could, I mean, when the Fiend and Seth were all over the place, I mean, that was a hell of a match, minus the red lighting. I still don't like that, but like it was a hell of a match. It was a hell of a fight. I thought it was really, really good, actually. And the Fiend got the win, but look what happened 10 minutes later after he got the win. That's another story. But Lashley, I mean, he didn't, it wasn't like the greatest thing you'll ever hear on a microphone, but for Lashley, it was actually really nicely done for me. I mean, you almost believed it. I don't know. There's just something about his tone or something that just doesn't add up to make it like 100% believable. But I mean, it was one of his better ones. I think they're not going to tear the house down with their match, but I think they're going to let them beat the hell out of each other. Otherwise, none of this build and having his kid get involved and all that would make any damn sense. So hopefully they don't screw it up. I, regardless, think that we're at least going to see a whooping. You Clash of the Titans, and they're actually going to let Goldberg go and not pull the I got hurt. And I think it'll be really, really interesting to see how they go with it. Got to see. But again, Lashley, I mean, that was one of his better promos because, I mean, for him, again, not of all time, just for him, that was one of his better ones, which is, again, why he always had a mouthpiece. Because half the time he talks, you're like, can you say it like you actually mean it? Which to me he never does, but good time, good thing, good build. We'll see what they do next week. I'm sure Goldberg will be there, something, I'm sure. So we'll see what they do with that. Austin Theory defeats Jeff Hardy. Attacked him last week, had the match this week during it, the 24/7 idiocy, ran wild through the ring. Yeah. We had Reggie flying all over people, flipping, flying, Akira Tozawa, Gulak, Drake Maverick, R-Truth ducked under Theory when he came at him and ran out of the ring, carried on. Jeff took advantage of the swanton, but the distraction, went for the swanton, missed. So Theory picked up the victory. It was good to see him, but regardless of how you feel about it, him having a vicious side and actually doing the attack, at least shows that they're moving him past that idiocy. The whole dumbass that he played down in NXT, which is good, as long as they don't go too overboard with it. But the kid can wrestle, and he proved that he could do all kinds of stuff while he's down in NXT and there. With all the different, I mean, they had him in all kinds of different things down in NXT, so proved that he's got some range there. Jeff keeps being that guy, put over the young guys and get taken down and put down, but whatever. And then right there when he was with Big E, like he walked, got a picture with Big E while Big E was bouncing around before the main event. Austin Theory did. So see how they're going to play with that. I hope they don't throw him right into the title picture right away. I think that will actually sour people horrifically on him. Let him actually build something. Let him actually, he needs to have more than 10 seconds on there before he gets thrown in there. I mean, there's a reason he got sent back down to NXT right away after his first run on the main roster there. So we'll see. But I mean, I think again, I'm all for it, but put him down around the U.S. title or something. Have him and Priest go at it. Don't I mean that just plants the seed, which is hopefully that's all they do, and they let him go and run U.S. title run, do all kinds of stuff. Hopefully, they don't throw him right in there like they did with the kid down in NXT, where he's automatically in Champ's face and doing stuff. So hopefully they don't do that. Because I mean, granted they have to build new stuff there, but let them build other things. Like let him slow burn. Don't throw him right into the title picture. I don't think. I mean, granted he's got the talent. I just don't think it would make sense, or he's ready and he can do so much more stuff to build before he's just smoking people. And we all know, I mean, again, look at his stuff down like Evolve and all the other stuff he did. I mean, Austin Theory is freakishly talented. If you look at his stuff, pre WWE. So he's got it. Let's just not do it too fast. It's pretty much all I get at. And I think him and Big E could tear it down, but let him go towards, Priest and all of them first and build a good resume before they throw him in there. Then Jinder beats Kofi to advance to the King of the Ring to go to the King of the Ring, next round. Good old semifinals. And I mean, I was hoping that Kofi was going to get it just to see who was better between the two. And hopefully they don't give it to Jinder, but it seems like one of those dumb things they could do. Like he could be the king and then he'd have Shanky there by his side as he's losing Veer, and Veer took out Xavier, Well, they're out there, so that gives them something there. But I mean, again, it's Jinder Mahal, so I'm trying really hard. But I could see them giving him something dumb like that. No offense to him, but he could be the modern day Maharaja, new king, blah, da, 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 da. All of it. I mean, I could see them doing something stupid with that. We all know it. Do I want to see him get it? No, it'd be nice to see Woods get it to have his moment as, Kofi got to be champion. Big E is champion. We give Xavier something. But again, Jinder was involved. It's not even since he came, like, I was just never been behind it. Like, it's just not believable. There's something about the tone of his voice. I mean, he plays him, miserable. He plays that very well. He does the heel thing really good. He makes you want to hate him. I just never felt it as a fan. I never really was behind it and liked it and all that. So see where they go for it when he's going over to SmackDown anyway. So we'll see. But I could see them pulling the trigger with him just because it gives them something to do with him. And really, I mean, Jinder Mahal needs something to do with him. And having Shanky at his side, it just makes too much sense. But moving on, again, Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair and Sasha, which, ended in a no contest. I mean, the beginning was all four of them just beating the hell out of each other all over the place. Here comes Adam Pearce and Sonya to gain control, make them have a match. And really, they just went back and forth, everyone tagging each other in, attacking each other. Da 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 da. But I mean, they're very talented. I think the three of them are gonna have a great match at Crown Jewel. There's not a shadow of a doubt behind that. I'm glad to see they get to go. But I mean, they literally just a bunch of people just tagging each other in and out and turned into just a big old thing. And there were manhandle slams, repeated attempted backstabbers. I mean, it was utter chaos, and I found it kind of stupid. But there's a way to get that many, top people in the same thing. No one's going to get along, obviously. So it is what it is. I think they're going to make up for what I found to be quite stupid with that during Crown Jewel. So I'm okay. I didn't like it necessarily, but it wasn't the worst thing I ever saw. Waiting for the Crown Jewel, though. That'll be the one to make up for it. That'll be a hell of a match. They're going to tear it down, I believe, and it's going to be good. Doudrop, defeated Natty to advance to the semifinals of the Queen's Crown tournament. Doudrop is on her way up, and the way they're putting her there, and the way the second Shayna won, we all knew it was going to happen between that match. With Doudrop going in there and stopping the attack, and so we knew they were going to do it. I think it'll be a hell of a match. I don't know who I could pick to win between Doudrop and Shayna. The Queen of Spades. I mean, there's so much. Queen of Hearts getting put down, so we got the Queen of Spades left. She could be the queen. Be one of those things. And again, Natty's just, I mean, that's not her role. She's there to make people look good, sadly. I mean, as talented as she is, I think she should have got more title runs. Yes. Instead of giving it to some people that really are talentless, they were just so over with people that they got to be champ. I'm not going to mention any of their names, but we could think of a few. Like, it's just not her thing. Sadly. It would have been nice, but we all saw Dewdrop and Shayna coming the second Shayna won, because it wouldn't have made sense otherwise. So we all knew that was going to happen. We'll see what Shayna and Dewdrop have for each other and hope for the best. That'll be next week. We'll figure it out there. I really don't know which way to go with it. I got to wait, give them more thinking on it. But the second Shayna one, we all knew Dewdrop was going to win. And then we come down to the main event, the SmackDown Tag Team Champs being the Usos against Big E and Drew McIntyre. There was good tag work. I mean, there was good teamwork. There was good everything. And then all hell broke loose by then. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, there's still a great match regardless of it. The Usos went by count out. So, we don't have to listen to any of them. We did our job. We're going to listen to it. We're going to hear it on SmackDown. We went there and we did our job, Us. All that. We know it's going to happen. But, Big E and Drew getting along together, not letting, bygones be bygones for one night, beat the hell out of each other all over the place. And Drew gets the Claymore at the end. So he did get, kaboom. He got his right there at the end to finish it off, to send everybody home. I mean, their brawl was amazing. The match was still amazing. I mean, it's the Usos, Biggie, and Drew. We all knew it was going to be a good match. And, well, really, we all knew all hell was going to break loose. It was pretty much like the women's tag match with all of them, except all four, people weren't beating the living hell out of each other. It was just, well, one side of the thing going after each other and letting the other side win by count out. So it's pretty much the same thing, just with guys. Everyone turning on each other, all hell breaking loose, just what they do. So could have been better. Could have waited, did it differently, but get some heat so they can go into one more Raw next week to build farther. So I get why they did it. I understand it. I mean, I have to like it, but it'll give them something to, they can build. They can keep going towards that match where Big E's going to win. Drew's going to go over to SmackDown, probably start going after Roman. I think we all know that, but it's a good build. I mean, overall, there was a bunch of, pretty much having two matches done exactly the same way, and all the champions involved. Not my favorite thing, but the matches are still good until that point, regardless of them doing it, and they built it well. Again, we knew Dewdrop was going to win once Shayna won, and I hope they don't put Theory going too much. Don't put him up there in the title picture right away. At least, right away. Let him slowly build. That's what the U.S. title's for. Build him to that and see what he does with that. But they did plant a seed now with him taking that selfie for it going to something later, which isn't a bad thing. So, there are some pros and cons. I've seen a lot worse, so I'll give them that much. There's been a lot worse Raws. Was it my favorite thing? No. But did it hurt my head nearly as bad as we thought? No. So I can't complain, really. I just got to see what they do with the rest of it. Hopefully, again, I don't want Jinder to win, but I could see them giving him the king thing. I mean, we could all see him doing the king thing and hurting all of our brains. Hopefully they don't give it to him. We'll see, though. Does that mean King Nakamura doesn't King Nakamura anymore? So the winner has to come from Raw then, just so he can keep being the king on SmackDown? I don't know. We'll see how they do that. But again, all around, not a bad night. Good for Xavier getting that singles win. He didn't get a lot of matches again, a lot of match time with the New Day, so it was good to see that. But overall, I'll give it a pretty good. It wasn't bad. I've seen a lot worse Raws, so, and I was half dead watching it. So that's when I'm really extra crotchety and curmudgeon. So I thought it was good. We'll see where they go from it. Hopefully, people, let me know what you think in the comments. Again, that's what that's there for. You know how to do it. We say it enough times. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and then repeat it with all of them to help get it out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Tell me what you thought about, my feelings, or what you thought about Raw, or where things are going. I'm always open for conversation and comments. You can message me. I'm really easy to get a hold of. Frighteningly, actually. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You know all the platforms. We're everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Anchor, Breaker, Sketcher, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, soon to be iHeartRadio. So, again, follow along on all of them. Share them all out to get all the links for more stuff out there, because all that helps. Comment on the videos on YouTube, because that helps us get more seen, get more followers on there, more, so you can share those out. Like, every little bit helps. I'll be back tomorrow so we can go over whatever the hell happens on 2.0. I'm not holding my breath, but could be some good stuff. It's, 2.0 and some sidebar stuff. And enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate the watch and listen. And like always, my friends, be good to each other, be kind to each other, learn some stuff, enjoy some good wrestling, and peace.